Hi, my name is Joel. I'm going to share a bit about natural family planning and how it meshes with Catholic teaching on marriage. When my husband and I were preparing for marriage, we wanted to find a natural, healthful way to space the births of our children. We knew about the serious, sometimes deadly effects of the birth control pill. However, most people of our generation had completely bought into the pro-pill propaganda. The free love mentality of the sexual revolution was the new paradigm for sexual activity, and the birth control pill was touted as a wonderful development that would set women free from the fear of unwanted pregnancies. To people who had bought into this pro-pill propaganda, we were hopelessly out of step. The social unrest in 1960s American society influenced Catholics who then campaigned for reforms they felt the Church needed to make to bring her into the 20th century. Many lay Catholics objected to Church teaching about artificial birth control, but didn't try to understand the rationale behind the teaching. The prevailing attitude was that Rome was full of old, celibate men who made arbitrary rules for arbitrary reasons without having any idea of the challenges married couples faced. Many Catholics felt that Rome had no business telling them what they should or shouldn't do in the bedroom. In addition to wanting a physically safe method of birth regulation, my husband and I wanted something that would respect Catholic teaching and enable us to follow it. After a little research, we found a class on natural family planning. From the first class, I knew we had found what we had been looking for. It met all our criteria. It was safe, effective, and true to Church teaching. My husband and I practiced NFP for all the years of our marriage. In spite of what its critics say, NFP is 100% effective. They also claim that NFP doesn't work for women with irregular cycles. That is absolutely not true. In fact, it is perhaps most effective for women with irregular cycles. However, NFP requires dedication and discipline, but people often aren't willing to commit to that. I would say the real issue, though, that people have with NFP is that it calls for periodic abstinence. Most people aren't willing to delay gratification or make any sort of sacrifice, especially in this area. NFP calls couples to do both. The Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches in paragraph 2339, and I quote, "Chastity includes an apprenticeship in self-mastery, which is training in human freedom." We see the effects of the refusal to delay gratification all around us, in the epidemic of obesity and the enormous amount of debt that the average American carries, to name just a couple. NFP is an easy to learn and simple to practice training in self-mastery. NFP also helps husbands and wives cultivate the virtues of patience, self-giving, self-sacrifice, and respect for life. Many people think the Catholic Church teaches that sex is bad, but paragraph 2332 of the Catechism shows great understanding of the integral nature of sexuality in human beings when it states, "Sexuality affects all aspects of the human person. It especially concerns the capacity to love and to procreate, and the aptitude for forming bonds of communion with others." Artificial birth control separates the physical aspect from the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of the person. In paragraph 2338, the CCC tells us that the chaste person maintains the integrity of the powers of life and love placed in him. This integrity ensures the unity of the person. It is opposed to any behavior that would impair it. NFP teaches couples how to live chaste lives, protecting the integrity of their powers of life and love. Now, we know that God is asexual, in other words, not limited to one gender. We can see God in the complementarity of and the differences between the sexes. Together, male and female give us a fuller picture of God than either one alone. In paragraph 2334 of the CCC, we read that each of the two sexes is an image of the power and tenderness of God, with equal dignity, though in a different way. The union of man and woman in marriage is a way of imitating in the flesh the Creator's generosity and fecundity. So we see that marriage is a beautiful relationship created by God for the good of man and woman, child and society. The Catechism teaches this, and NFP provides a way to live it in a fully authentic and Catholic reality. Thanks for watching, and God bless.